you listen to her. I mean, she's very sensitive. Usually what she says is reflecting something you can't see. That's why she's valuable to you. But you don't get collapsed in it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to feel you collapse. Will you collapse? Yes. So you collapse, you notice you collapse, you do whatever you need to therapeutically, yogically, to open and offer your depth over and over and over. So specifically, other than depth, which is a little general, and I've said the word, what do you uniquely have to give her? Is she in this room?
No.
Okay. Can you get her out of her moods better than she can?
There is no she right now, actually.
Can your last girlfriend, can you get her out of her moods better than she could? You know, to basic love, happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, and you go, and she goes,
Eventually, yeah.
You don't sound real confident in that. So I would suggest cultivating that capacity, because
Right.
if you don't have that capacity, she should be with her women friends, not you.
Right.
I'm serious. I mean, at the yoga level. So you just feel a little ignorant, I guess is the word, of your own strengths.
Mm-hmm.
And that you need, I would suggest, discovering, well, here, come on up. If you like, come on up here. I'll try to work with you. And here, why don't you stand here and face out? That's good. That's good. That's great. I'll use Eli now. Eli, could you come up here? And you don't mind if Eli has sex with you, do you? In the grill. Can only deal with his lower quadrant. Go. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, both of you look out in the audience for a moment and relax. They're both good guys. Yeah, really good guys. Now, first of all, did you feel this man become a little more present when Eli came up?
Yes.
Okay, here's a little principle just so you know. The masculine grows by competition and challenge, and the feminine grows by praise. So if I went, you're doing really good, and he was truly identified with the feminine, he'd like, but if he's identified with his masculine, which he actually is, even though he has a large feminine component, all you have to do is bring up a challenge, and without saying a word, it's just like. Now it's not, again, there's the first stage bimbo masculine of just like, fucking hey, I could do that, or something like that. I am not talking about that. I am uninterested in that. Yes, we all have macho first stage egoic desires to be the king of the hill or something. Yes, 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 yes. That's not what I'm talking about. He authentically became stronger. He became more trustable. He became more full, not just king of the hill. Why? Because the masculine responds to other masculines immediately. A healthy masculine responds to other masculines with like, yes, got it, thank you, bam. And that's a trustable thing. So you just saw it in him. So we'll just keep looking at this for a second. What's the longest relationship you've had so far?
2 years.
2 years? Okay. The strength in you, you can tell there's a lot of strength in you. These ladies are feeling something in you. I'm going to give you some advice right now, okay? Some practices. As you're standing here now, allow your feet to feel like they're rooting into the ground, just for a moment. Not like a macho thing, but just like a relaxed, like let your feet relax, basically, into the ground. Okay? That feels a little steadier already, doesn't it? I mean, but that's pretty trivial. I just told him to relax his feet, but that's how these are. You know, we're built of these sheets, and when you align the sheets with truth, you could feel his consciousness. So do you feel his consciousness more with his hands like that, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing, you don't have to put your hands anywhere in specific. And now, consciously stand in some way that shows women your deepest heart, whatever that means, your deepest, just whatever that means. Closing your eyes shows them. Let me give you some advice. Allow your hands to rest at your side, and keep them out from your body a little bit so they're not just limp. We're not being limp, we're being like alive, like cats or something. Okay, now from your heart area, is it okay if I touch your body like here? Okay. From your heart area, just feel out into the room. So you really, it's like sonar. So like, how does her body feel sitting like that? Just be that sensitive. Like feel her pain, her tension, her breath, with everyone. Now, simultaneous with that, if this is possible for you, now again, yogically, you exaggerate things. You play the extremes. So, I mean, this is an extreme. So what I'd like you to imagine is feel your genital area, your lower body, your genital area, and imagine yourself filling the room with your penis. But it's an energetic quality. I mean, really, you have to do it, and people will know when you're doing it. So it's like you're gonna knock, you can smack them on the head with your dick. It's a huge kind of, here, hold. I don't know, just kind of like, no, you're faking it. Relax your arms, relax your arms. Now, imagine yourself having an erection. Just imagine it. A big one, like a strong one. And now, imagine you're using your erection to open everybody. But really feel that in your body. You have to feel, you might not have an erection, but you have to feel that in your body. Imagine you're taking your penis. He asked, what do you mean by open everybody? Imagine you're, like when you're having sex and say a woman's a little closed and you very gently enter her and slowly she kind of opens to you. That kind of feeling. She's opening to your love. But not the love you would give a dog or your mother. The love you would fuck someone with. That's what you're weak on. That's what Eli has more of, but he lacks your sensitivity. So if you could penetrate resistance as strongly as Eli, I'd kick Eli out and use you. So that did it. That's good. So can you? Now you just lost it. So can you feel as a yogic asana, as a posture, as a disposition, not just physically, but emotionally, energetically, you can practice entering and filling her, this, with more of your consciousness. Now you do that through your lower body. You can do it with me as a man through your eyes. You can't do it through your eyes with a woman. She needs to feel this. Really strong. Not only sexually. If you're not interested in sex, if you're going to sit on a rock in a loincloth, you don't need any of this. Really. But if you want her to trust you, she needs to feel you in your body, entering her. Lovingly, gently, but persistently. So continue breathing. I'm going to whisper something into your ear and see if it makes any difference at all. Well, relax. Here, let me try this. How many women want to punch Elon? I'm just curious. No? Are you okay? You're looking down. Is that part? Oh! No, that wasn't the practice. Okay, so this is why we're not doing practices here. You got to do exactly, okay. So relax the body. Okay. Here, I'm going to breathe into my hand. There you go. Now look out, look out. Breathe and push against the hand with your belly as you inhale. Good. Again, push against her belly as you inhale. Now imagine the most beautiful woman here sucking your dick right now. But really, and now imagine it was your job to enlighten her while she did that. I'm serious. Good, now relax. Just keep, but full. You're not going to stop until she feels God in every cell. Oh, eyes open. You're going out, not in. That's what you're afraid of. Something happened to your father or something. You're afraid of penetrative, angular. Try this with your hand, just like punch into the. Okay. Now do it lower and breathe. Okay, this time relax and breathe while you do it. So it's just a more relaxed. Okay, good. That was it. That was it. You lost it. Okay, did you see that? I don't know if you could see that. So there's recalcitrant yogic patterns that we're trying to open him. It's not therapy, it's just opening the flow of energy. So you try these extremes. He's afraid to penetrate, so you can deal with that psychologically, or you could just skip to the yogic level, and he could practice penetrating space, penetrating with gaze. And when he does it right, you could feel an entire shift in his being, right? So in that moment, he becomes more trustable because his depth is coming through his body more. It's not being held back out of fear. Those are all practicable yogic practices you can just learn and do so that he can maintain his sensitivity in his breath, as you say, his fullness, his width, but also not be afraid to kick ass when necessary. You're doing good. How about a round of applause for you? Thank you. Your parents fucked and made you. Why did they fuck? What brought them together? Really. So feel the momentum in your parents' life that brought them together, made them stay together long enough to have you, have intercourse. I mean, picture your parents having intercourse. And so you are born of a certain amount of desire and fear. Love, of course, but all of that's part of it. So you are literally born out of the momentum of your parents' desire and fear. Well, I love you, but I'm afraid to lose you. But yeah, let's have sex. Oh, baby, grow, 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 grow. Now you're going to do the same thing. So through your desire and fear, you get drawn to someone and you guys pop out another one. So we're physically perpetuated through sex, but not just the sex act. We inherit the karmas that we inherit. A lot of that is sex. So if you could just go, I'm not interested in sex, it's not as interesting as simple contemplation of the divine, great. I mean, that's what all masculine people desire, the disappearance of desire. But until that happens, why not do yoga with what's left? Now, my personal opinion is if you could transcend it in direct recognition, do it, but do yoga with whatever's left. And anything left with that, do therapy.